Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons Mazda. Here we have today a Mazda MX-5 2-litre Sport Nav soft top presented in machine grey with black leather interior. A little bit of background about the car. Now, I didn't know the previous owner personally. A lot of our used cars I do, but this one we've received from our buying department and we're delighted to have it here on our forecourt. It's in really beautiful condition. If you look around the car with me, all the alloys are unmarked. Okay, the car's been mechanically prepped. That was done prior to me cleaning the car, me collecting the car, sorry. And all she'll need is a good valet. But she's come to me like this, which is she's in very sort of presentable condition. I say no scuffs or dents. Just in need of, you know, a good few hours spent on the valet. Soft top's in really lovely condition. I will show you the soft top when it's up, so you can get a better idea of that. Let's show you in the boot. In fact, let's show you the boot now. There's your boot area. Okay. The previous owner has invested in a first aid kit, so that's not a standard standard feature of the vehicle, but that's your tyre inflation kit. Okay, because the cars are minus a spare wheel like a lot of cars these days, so you're equipped with a pump that plugs into the 12-volt socket and a tyre inflation fluid, which I'll be honest, no one really uses. It's almost there to kind of tick a box, but if you really needed to use it, there it is. But with all our used cars, you do get 12 months roadside assistance. So if you did have a flat tyre, I would recommend you use them rather than getting your hands dirty. The car has keyless entry, being a sport model, so you don't have to take the key out of your pocket to open the car. Being the Sport, you've got the Bose Stereo, so you've got speakers here in the headrest, which is fantastic because it means you know, the whole world doesn't have to hear your stereo or your conversation on the phone because you've got a Bluetooth hands-free kit. Right, so let me show you. In fact, let's start again. So that's with your soft top folded down. Okay, so you can do this all in the car. You've got a little clip there, and it literally goes up like so. It's that easy. I did that with one hand. Okay, and then you'll obviously get a bit of a technique going the more times you do this. But that's it, up in its entirety. Now, my personal opinion on the soft top is this car should only have had a soft top. I know people like the folding hard tops, but for me, it's a classical sort of car. You know, like almost like, you know, the old British sports cars. I know it's a Japanese car, but two-seater sports car, nice and simple, and a nice simple mechanism, soft top mechanism. And the great thing about these, they don't leak, providing they're maintained, and this soft top's in lovely condition. Okay, there are some drains which you get on convertibles, providing all them are clear, you won't have any leakages. And you can normally see evidence of leakages because roofs will normally have sort of mouldy deposits on the headliner. Should the car be damp, this has absolutely nothing, and there's no smell of damp in the vehicle. Okay, now behind these seats you've got these little compartments. They're not very big, let me show you, but there is just a little bit of storage. Okay, all right, you don't get that on the RF. Now, once we're talking about storage, these cars are minus a glove box, where the glove boxes are traditionally. Doesn't have that there. You've got storage here in the middle. Okay, now the reason they don't have the glove box there, a lot of emphasis is put into the drive of this vehicle, and as a lot of sort of purists say, a true sports car has the engine at the front, it's rear wheel drive like this car is. This car has a limited slip differential as well, being the 2-litre, and it has perfect 50-50 weight distribution. So to get that weight distribution just right, I had to bring the seats forward, so they couldn't actually have a glove box where they traditionally are. So there's been a lot of thought, engineering, design put into that. Okay, right, so the black leather seats are all in good condition. You've got ISOFIX anchorages here. Okay, so you can have like a child seat in the car. I know my son would love to take a ride in something like this. And I did notice, actually, I said I didn't know the previous owner personally, but I'm getting an idea of what sort of people they are. They were a member of the MX5 Owners Club, okay, which probably explains the condition of this car being as good as it is. Right, so let's get in the vehicle. So you've got your electric windows, mirrors there. Seat bolster and everything's in good condition. This adjustment here adjusts that there, that part of the seat, so you won't get achy legs on those long journeys. You get this little panel here, so you've got traction control. Now, being a rear-wheel drive car, I think traction control is really important. You know, people have often you know, come off the road going around roundabouts or corners a little bit too quickly, or they, you know, with a little bit too much pedal. And so all cars these days will have traction control, but in rear-wheel drive cars, it's imperative. So I would never turn it off, but I know people like to, I don't know, go on track days, etc. Now, you've got a tyre pressure monitoring system. So you're minus the spare wheel, right? But you're also equipped with a tyre pressure monitoring system, which is superb, because should your tyre fall 4 psi or more on any corner of the car, a little light will come up on the dash just to say, look, you've lost tyre pressure. Now, the great thing about this is, a lot of people, I'm certainly guilty of this, I would never check my tyre pressures unless the car felt a bit heavy or the tyre looked soft. Now, 4 psi, it may not feel heavy or soft. However, it will affect your braking. It will affect the efficiency of the vehicle, braking efficiency, cornering efficiency, and fuel consumption. So it's good to have that there. I really do think so. You've got lane departure warning, another really useful safety feature, especially on a car with blind spots. So I always say the more beautiful the car, the more blind spots you'll have. You kind of make a compromise. Now, if you're driving down the road, the motorway, for example, and you veer out of a lane without indicating, the car will think, oh, you know, like you've departed the lane, you know, not intention. It wasn't an intentional move, and it will warn you by a bleep or a rumble. There are certain settings you can make. So that's what that is on that panel there. So let me hop in the car, and I'm going to start the car up. Now, when I start it up, I just want you to listen to the engine note, because they actually made the car, sort of programmed the car to sound like this when you start it up. Now, I don't know if you can hear that, but it sort of revs up. It's nice. It kind of, it's just that classical sort of noise. It's nostalgic almost. So yeah, that's a nice feature of the car. Right, so the mileage is 42,762 miles. Okay, now just out of I was just looking at this car has averaged 42.4 mpg, which is fantastic, at an average speed of 30 miles an hour. So as you can see, the car is very good on fuel. Mazda employ this SkyActiv technology, which you know, they make their cars as light as possible without compromising safety. They make their engines as, you know, low emission as possible without taking the fun out of them, you know, not with like 3 cylinders, for example, like a lot of manufacturers have done. So yeah, that's thanks to Mazda's SkyActiv technology. You get performance and economy. Right, here you've got your climate control. Okay, it's got air conditioning and it's really nice and cold. I know some people say to me, why do you need air conditioning in a convertible? Well, it's really important because it helps with vision in the winter months. You don't always want the hood down, and this, on a hot day, this cabin will get really warm. So, you know, it's good for both respects and for comfort. I have the air conditioning on all the time. I feel it keeps me fresh and alert. So it's climate control air conditioning there. You've got the rear heated windscreen as well. Okay. Now, this car, see, this is another thing that builds a picture up of the previous owner. This car has been fitted with the Apple CarPlay Android Auto upgrade. Okay, so on this screen here, in the apps page, you also have CarPlay and Android Auto, which means you can mirror and use your apps on your phone here on this Mazda MZD Connect screen. Things like Google Maps, Spotify, Waze, so on and so forth. I think WhatsApp, etc. And then you can use, all your different navigation programs. So that's a real nice feature. It's about £350 to have it done. So really is superb. This is touchscreen, by the way, but I always say, look, get to use this, because this will work at any speed. Not that I'm encouraging you to distract yourself, of course. And here you've got music. So you've got your FM, your AM, you've got DAB radio as well, which is fantastic. I know there's a lot of FM channels closing down, so switching off and going straight to DAB, so you're kind of future-proofing yourself having a DAB radio. Communications, it's got a very sophisticated Bluetooth hands-free. It's nice and fast, pairs up to your phone very quickly. Once you're all paired up, you only have to do that once. You can access your call list, your missed calls, etc. If you've got an Android phone, it will also read your text messages to you. You've got a comprehensive sat nav system. I mean, I say it's comprehensive because I've used this travelling across Europe. I think I drove all the way sort of near the Tatra Mountains using this. That's south of Poland, using this system, and it did a great job. You put your postcode in. You have to go to town, put your postcode in, and off you go. Sat nav, like a lot of sat navs, have got functions where, when you're on your journey, you can search for something. For example, I don't know, a restaurant round here, the direction and the distance. All right, so that's also good for like petrol stations, and also live traffic updates. You can pair your phone, you can set up a Wi-Fi hotspot from your phone, so your car is connected to the internet. Then you'll also get live traffic updates. You'll get, like, if you search for petrol stations, you'll get petrol station prices. You'll get weather reports. It's all really good stuff. So connectivity is really great in this vehicle. And then in your settings, you've got display settings. You can turn this display off, etc. Safety settings, you can turn off the lane departure warning. Sound settings, obviously this is the Bose Stereo. I'm sure you've heard of Bose. It's superb. Clock settings, it's GPS synced, so you don't have to change that every year. Rain senses wipers, door lock. Now, because this has got smart keyless entry, I've now set the walk away lock, so when you walk away from the car with the key on you, the car will lock itself. It's a nice little convenience feature. You've got interior light features, timing on when it turns off, etc. Coming home light, lights stay on for 30 seconds after you lock the car, so you can get to your front door. Leaving home light, when you open the car, the lights will come on when it's dark. So all really good stuff. Okay, so we're now almost 40 minutes into the video, so I don't want to go on too long. As I mentioned earlier, the car will come with roadside assistance. That's part of Mazda's ZZ Plus used car warranty, the official Mazda warranty, which is 12 months, and you also get MOT insurance for the first year. Okay, now part exchange is extremely welcome. If you go on our website, you'll notice, even though we are a Mazda Suzuki dealer, we often sell other marques because we get some lovely part exchanges. So do try us with your part exchange. Try. I know there's a lot of online valuations. Do try them, but we do try to be very competitive, and we'd be delighted to take your car in and make the whole transaction as seamless as possible. So if there's any more specific videos or photographs you would like, please don't hesitate to ask. Do try us at any time of day. I appreciate you're normally looking, well, I certainly am. I'm looking at things out of normal business hours because I just don't have the time at work. So even if you want to give us a call, leave us a voicemail. If no one picks up, we'll pick it up probably quicker than you'd think out of hours, or drop us an email. So I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope it's been informative. I hope you can appreciate the condition of this car, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye bye.